Good morning, guys. It's we think we're on the same time zone. When are we changing the time zone, anyways?
Good morning, Mr.
Oh, September, right? September 21st.
So, so this month.
I think so.
You guys change. We don't. Arizona never changes the time. It's just.
December.
really?
They're going to stop that nonsense anyway.
Good morning, Mr. James.
Chris was early today. He was like 12 minutes early. I was like, I don't know what happened.
I was shocked to see you guys already.
He must have had something to do, so he was up.
No,
He's sending me.
I got up just for you guys.
Hey, see, he's sending RUBIEL messages.
Talking about RUBIEL. And I don't know. That's why I'm asking Chris, because Chris is in the loop. Chris,
I just got the news this morning because I thought the last time I heard he was organizing Airbnb in Italy, and then everything was still a go as of last, a few days ago. So
well, but it was still a go because you didn't hear anything different, or is it because he told you
I
he's
didn't hear
going?
anything different.
Okay,
and,
so you just.
but when you start to organize your Airbnb, I think that's to go, right?
So what do you think is the reason for him pulling out?
Shit. I mean, like I said, I only had text saying, hello, how's everything going? How's the prep going? Everything's great, brother.
Yeah, but if you say prep, you tell him the prep for Italy or prep for next year?
I was just saying just preparation.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I was surprised about that.
So he's not on the list, which means he never put his name in, I guess.
Right.
And supposedly, and that's why I'm asking Chris, he's going to do UK.
That's the rumor, right?
That's the rumor.
That's
the rumor. Yeah.
How tight you going to be from one or the other, though?
I know, but is it guaranteed? Is he out? Did you get the news from him that he's not doing Italy?
Well, that's just what AJ had posted that on his thing.
So. Okay, so I don't know, but
because he's not on the list, I guess.
Final list.
I guess he wasn't on the list.
Yeah, maybe that's not because usually, but there's no more pre-lists. There's a list. You have a day, Monday, which was yesterday, it's the last day, and then the list that comes out, if it's the official list from the IFBB, that's the people that are put their names in before the deadline.
So maybe Sunday show has a Tuesday deadline. Is it?
No.
Sunday show Monday
it's
deadline?
Always Monday, the week of the show.
And he's not on the list.
And if there was a Tuesday deadline, the list would come out today and not yesterday.
Yeah. Either way, look, I see that coaches can manipulate and say, okay, he has no chance here. He has chance in UK. Let's just focus in the UK.
Yeah, but
I mean, Hunter is still good.
Yeah, but still, I mean, you get. Try the things in Italy, and you know the formula for UK. I mean,
yes.
I don't get it. But hey, listen, I'm just going based off what I see when he posts stuff. I don't see that detail that I was so talking about in the first year. I don't see that no more. Not in the legs, not in the shoulders, not in the chest. So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he's posting super old stuff, but if that stuff is recent, then I don't think he's in contest shape. I just don't see it.
Like I say, he wasn't fat though. I didn't see.
Oh no. He's definitely not fat. And I'm just going off of the detail, the clean. What I mentioned, that clean muscle detail that he had last year. Even though he was not in contest shape, I didn't see that this time.
Yeah. He could be just like a couple of weeks of dieting, and he did this after Dubai. He has so much muscle, he can eat nothing and just showed up. You know what I mean? He fasted for 96 hours like Dennis and just showed up.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, listen, he looked okay in Dubai. I mean, he had, 4 weeks?
Yeah.
That would have been easy.
4 or 5 weeks.
I think,
I was thinking the same. It should be easy,
Yeah.
Well,
I guess. And what's the situation with his visa? Any news about a visa? Did he get the visa, or did he apply for it?
Yeah, like I said, my conversations have been just dwindled down to, just how you do type of stuff. I haven't really talked about visa.
Yeah.
or anything like that.
Any news on BEHROUZ, Milos?
No, as a matter of fact, I was not going to say it, but I'm going to say it anyway. The last,
That's typical
yeah,
Milos.
this is what happened, right?
I wasn't supposed to say it, but
No,
didn't
no,
say
hear me
anything.
out, because I'm quite irritated about, guys trying to get that clickbait and drive the people to go on the channels, with some bombastic news and, something. So first, Ivan, who I like, is my countryman. I coached him before, I trained him before, and I like the guy. We text each other. So he has access to me at any time. He can, confirm with me if he wants, but he didn't. He puts, 3-4 days ago, like, BEHROUZ got the visa. And I called him right away, like,
Oh, I
why
saw
do you do
that.
that? He said, why do you do that? I mean, that's a clickbait, and that's not honest reporting. You
that-
just want to drive traffic.
but that's YouTube, Milos.
Yeah, no, but it shouldn't be that way. You should do the right thing,
Of course,
So
of course. But
if you get the people that are gonna jump in because of it, and you're lying to them, it's a bad thing.
You may-
Especially
you wanna-
already know. You can confirm with one call. Okay, so after I have an issue with him,
Was
and
he in the
like-
photo? Was he in the photo with in that group photo they took when Hadi was coming over? Was he in that photo?
who?
I didn't see it. No.
Bruce. That was a photo like him with a group of guys.
Yeah, no, BEHROUZ wasn't in that
Sending
picture.
him off. Oh, different.
I don't think so. But the
I was
whole,
wondering why. I was wondering why else would he have a notion that he got the?
Even Milos mentioned it that you mentioned that Jay congratulated you for getting the
yeah,
visa.
Jay sent me congratulations. I can show you. And this guy from England, guarantee, and he knows Iranian guy. I said, like, listen, guys, BEHROUZ would instantly call me. I would instantly know. Don't do that, right? So I told, and I know that you're gonna get offended because Ivan got offended, like, oh, I'm being rude and all that stuff. I said, I'm not being rude. I'm telling you, do the right thing, right? Next time you need it, something just confirm with me. So what happened yesterday? Desktop guy, Xavier, right? He's asking me things. I said, like, listen, hey, look what happened with Ivan. Please don't spread the rumors. Anything you need to know, I'll give you. So then I said, you know what? I'm going to decide. I sent him the copy of information from the visa place that checkmark administrative processing. Your visa is being processed for any particular day. It could be take days or months. So I got him this. Okay. Then I got him application I sent to the visa. Then I sent him Don Solomon Olympia invitation. And then I sent him Arnold Classic promoter sending.
You sent that to who? To who?
To Xavier last night.
Why?
Because I thought he wants to do a good, nice little help BEHROUZ, help the awareness. Okay, we are still waiting for the visa. The Jake Woods, Tyler Mannion's, Don Solomon, Arnold Classic promotion. They all invite him. He earned the qualification. He should be, so everything in that positive, thing. The next thing you know, right before I'm going to go to sleep, I got this, how does documents revealed?
Yeah, but I'm not.
Documents
I'm not.
what?
I'm not surprised. Milos,
Yeah, but gee,
you
thanks.
give
I know.
you gave him information for more clickbait.
So that's what I told him. And then he goes, but Milos, I said, like, be classy about it. You want to help BEHROUZ or you want to help your channel? I'm not here to help your channel.
He's helping
I'm here
his
to help
channel, Milos. What
BEHROUZ.
do you think?
I think that there's some people have an honor and they're going to truly want to
Yeah,
help.
but it's of course they want to help, but they want to help their channel. That's why they do this.
Yeah, but then he goes, like, if I say, be classy about it and say update, an update with these documents, that sounds okay. And he's hearing it from me up to there like midnight last night. Dennis, I was in bed. So I got up to go on the computer, find him some of those emails, send him. So 12:30 finally, when I send this, oh, hell no. You're not going to say reveal and all that stuff. And then he goes, if I put the update, it's going to be 3,000 K. If I put this, it's going to be 20,000 K. I said, listen, I don't give a shit about your case, right?
But this is what I'm saying.
Next thing you know,
Milos.
are you threatening me? You know? Are you so fucking rude?
Now I'm gonna make another 300.
But
Crowd is gonna be there.
Yeah.
But, you know,
Don't-
I'm still shaking since last night.
yeah, here's for me rule number one. When it comes to YouTube, it doesn't matter whose channel it is. This is for their views. They don't do this for nothing else. For nothing else. Ask him if his channel is monetized. Of course, that's why he's doing it. More views, more money. At the end of the day, I would never send any personal information to anybody to get clicks off of that. But that's what they do. As soon as you send that thing, I didn't even see it, but you just told me. I can imagine how you're going to put it out to say, yeah, documents revealed. You know, thanks to Milos, thanks to Milos Sarchev, we got the documents, you know.
Yeah, but now it is, coming from his coach, revealing. Revealing. I'm informing you so you can, be educated about it, inform the audience. There is 20,000 people coming.
Yeah, but you don't think it would have been enough if you would have just told them that you have this or this was done, and without sending it to them?
Okay, I wanted to make it even more powerful, right? Now, all you guys, got the crap. Yeah. This is coming from Coach. And I told him, the second I got information from BEHROUZ, I'm going to be the first one to post it and inform all of you guys. Come on, because we are all fans. We follow your channel, we follow Ivan, we follow Nick's Second Power, whatever. And I said, okay, give us the real info. Don't do this clickbait shit.
Yeah, well, 99% of 99. Yeah.
You know me.
I know you, yeah, but that's why, I mean, do you want to do something good, and at the end, you're just going to give yourself another stress day or two.
Kicked in the teeth.
And then get this one. Are you threatening me?
Why? What did you say? What did you say?
Well, couple of pieces.
You called him a piece of shit?
Yeah,
Why?
Because that's what they do. I said, don't be that.
Milos, but wouldn't he be a piece of shit if you would have sent him all the documents and would have said, listen, don't post it?
So I sent him because I would never think that he would be that way. When he started, and I have all the text, and I told him, yeah, go ahead, post it. And he's going to be listening to this. If he wants to post it, he's more than welcome to post a whole conversation so you see where it was going, right? So I think by sending him this Olympia,
another video,
Salmon stamp, Honor Classic stamp, all this, and I tell him, Jake Woods, Tyler Manning, everybody wants to help.
Right, of course.
Give them props because people think like Olympia and IBB, Pro League, they're not doing anything. They're ready to do everything. They already did.
No, there's not much more. There's not more they can do. This is it.
There's not much more they can do. So you now want to inform the people because everybody wants to know. It's 5 weeks now. Like, is this happening? Yeah. So coming from BEHROUZ coach, I just talked to him. This second, I can post next morning. Until this airs, maybe you're going to see his response on the desktop.
It don't matter. It don't matter. At the end of the day, he's happy for you doing that stuff because it's free for him and it's free likes and shares for this. It's just all business. At the end of the day, everybody's just trying to get views, and this is understandable. And this is how this works. This is the business of YouTube. Clickbait. Clickbait. And there's people that I clicked so many damn videos because I read the damn fucking title, and I'm waiting and it's not even coming up.
I see the shark.
It happens all the fucking time.
It's glad to see it. There's nothing about sharks.
Yeah, but you know where they learned that from? From our fucking news channel. Fucking CNN, fucking Fox, they all do that shit. It's clickbait. It's just for you to go on there.
Shameful. Yeah,
I'm gonna use a title. I'm gonna use a clickbait title for this one. I said, me, Milos, and Chris all dancing nude. Do some shit. Let's see how many.
And that's not, we can all do the moon pose right
now. Anyway, so
total of three striations, right down the middle.
You saw my striations? You saw that?
Chris had to point it out with an error. It's right there.
Get that leg back.
But just to point this out, because you said you sent him the thing from the visa department where it says the visa is being processed. That doesn't mean it's approved. That means they're working on it. Yeah. That doesn't mean anything.
I mean, they received it. They
Yes,
acknowledge it.
yes. That's it. That's it.
It's in administrative processing. They can take up to few days or months.
Can we say, can we talk about what you told me, what he did
What do you mean?
with the passport? No, okay. Then I'm not going to bring it up because I'm like that.
Not everything's for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
Try to outsmart somebody, but it doesn't work.
Yeah, you know you're going to get messages from somebody. I said, oh, what did he mean? What did he mean? Milos is going to send you the screenshot. Hey, update. What the fuck does Keon Pearson look like right now, man?
As he should.
Huh?
How he should look.
Bro, I mean, we said this how many times before he won the 212 Olympia. If he ever puts it together, ain't nobody going to beat him. And right now, if I look at him, who can even mess with that? As much as I like Shaun Clarida, there's no way that he can be beat if he's in shape. There's no chance. What do you guys think?
I saw him about a week ago, and he wanted to pose when I have a chance. So maybe these days I'm going to go see him. But he rolled up the, shorts, and I've seen the legs, hamstring, quads, shit. Not much fat anywhere. You know that he still has like 8 to 10 pounds freedom, to be bigger.
Yeah, because he's
Just be bigger.
Yeah.
Man, he's like unbelievable. Yeah. But okay, to be
You
fair,
think he'll come out of the 212 one day?
Huh?
You think he'll come out of 212
Yeah.
to the open?
Yeah.
I think if he would max out, maybe.
no, he said he's going to try. Not any big shows first. He's going to probably go into some smaller shows. The thing is, when you think HADI Chopin and then Derek Lansford, right? And then him coming. But he's still not their size. They're considerably bigger. I was
yeah.
this the comparisons. They're considerably bigger, and at that height, 10, 15 pounds is a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, since he still has weight that he can gain in the 212, I don't think he will be doing the open anytime soon. Maybe he's trying like Legion or stuff like Shaun did. But just to compare Shaun now, because Shaun is the next best 212er, former 212 Mr. Olympia. And Shaun looks unbelievable. But when you put them next to each other, it's just a size different. Shape, I don't think it can be beat.
You know what's funny, Dennis?
Huh?
Is, we were at the at that last Olympia battle, and it appeared. I mean, I think he's a lot like I was. Like people thought I was probably not in the shape that I was in from appearance, but then once I finished up the little last week whatever process, then you saw what I was actually working with. I just think he's a lot like that, and then Shaun, the giant killer, he looked like granite, hard, like weight, like not I'm gonna say weight hard, but he was significantly more dense and harder than the Prodigy at the training thing. So I say that to say this is he looks like he should be looking right now, but that was like the standard. That was like the standard. Those feathers on the quads like that. That's like, okay, I'm in shape, but that's what we was always trying to look like at the height of this bodybuilding history.
Okay, so compare them both in shape. Who's winning?
I mean, I have to go with the champion.
Yeah.
Now,
No, I mean if
no
we
one
go,
has that. No one has that. If you hit that with those quads, that's gonna make the judges be like, okay, that's our guy right there.
hey, but Shaun got that too. Shaun Clarida got striated quads. But the thing is,
that quad right there, that side of that leg was
yeah.
I don't think too many people in that. Well, Oleg had that, and he hurt himself, right?
Who?
Well, can I tell you? Okay, my view. But the question, I think, Dennis, you said after prejudging of 212 last year that you had Shaun winning. I had it myself.
Yeah, but that was because of the condition. Because Keon wasn't as conditioned last year as as I think he's going to be this year. Because
Okay, but
Oh yeah, he's
Yeah.
another level down.
yeah,
yeah, you think he's going to be better conditioned than that.
Yeah.
If he's better conditioned than that, then sure he's over.
oh yeah, that's what I mean. I'm going off Keon coming in nailing it. Because from what I see now, and I never see that on him, the way he looks right now, and the way he's training, and the way he's putting everything out into the public. I mean, winning the 212 Olympia probably gave him all the motivation in the world. So, but right now you can see how focused it is because you got the title. Now you want to hold on to it. I think that's an extra layer of motivation.
Well, he's also been training a lot harder and more concentrated on the diet year round. Before he was, they're letting the foot off the gas through diet and training all season, and then picking it up, trying to ramp it up. But it seemed like he stayed way more concentrated this year.
But if you look at the 212s now, we got Keon and then we got Shaun. Is there anybody else that can even challenge?
I mean, Angel Calderon, carried by Joe.
Calderon don't look like that.
Yeah,
though,
but Milos, but can they really challenge? Can they really?
Guy, if he becomes,
But can they really challenge them if they're both in shape?
Not in my eyes. I thought Oleg was going to give.
I personally think that if Keon nails it, we haven't seen that yet, but I expect that this time. If he nails it, I don't think anybody can challenge him.
yeah, but what did we call Sean Clarida before?
The giant
Mini-
killer.
No, mini Ronnie Coleman.
I know, but that's what it is, mini.
But you can only.
But I tell you this, he is narrow. Okay, Chris, I don't know if you were in Reno. He is narrow.
I
But then
was in Reno. I was
he
there.
opens up in a frontal leg pose. He was staying right next to Max Charles. I was watching like, damn, he doesn't look smaller.
Yeah,
And,
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying, but in
I was there, Milos.
in direct comparison with Shaun and Keon's flow, his shape, it's just you can't overlook that. When you say, like Milos would say, hashtag bodybuilding.
hashtag bodybuilding, 100%. But then hashtag conditioning. Okay, hashtag conditioning goes to Sean Clarida big time so far. The history
Well,
of
we're talking about last year. We don't talk about this
talk
year.
about the history of their competitive careers, right? Sean was always conditioned, and Keon was never really.
Yeah.
And even when he won the Olympia, that was still not top Olympia conditioning. That
Right.
was just enough his shape carry him over.
Right, right.
It's like how we were thinking, like, okay, when he won, okay, Samson's going to win too because Samson's hashtag bodybuilder, and even if those guys are a little bit harder, doesn't matter, right?
Right.
But this is where it comes. Back double biceps, Sean Clarida, like holy shit.
Yeah,
right?
but Keon's one of Keon's best poses.
Yeah, it's a beautiful shape, all that stuff. But then comes that bubbly density, shit. Do you think that Keon wins this like that? Ooh,
I
don't
think
so.
okay. If I think
like
if he has the condition from last year, then what you're saying makes all the sense in the world. But right now, I think right now he's better than he was last year on stage.
What got me?
Remember what judges
last
said?
year- What got me last year is when Shaun started hitting his trademark shots that was knocking people out the box. When Keon hit that same shot, he was looking better than him in it,
But remember what was judge's
or
explanation?
hanging with him in it.
No, do you?
Do you remember? Stomach, abs. Stomach was out of control for Sean.
Yeah,
That was the explanation, which was
Yeah.
visible in those shots, the intercostal shot, and
hey, that's what I mean.
that's what cost him.
Let's go pose for pose real quick. Front double biceps, Keon all day.
Keon.
Even though it's a strong pose for Shaun. But Keon looks twice the size in the front double.
The shape.
Yeah, it's the shape.
SMV taper. I agree.
Lat spread, same thing. Same thing.
Conditioning can be like, ooh.
Yeah, but give him the benefit of the doubt and think he's going to come in peeled.
I think Shaun can get the side chest. The back double is going to be depending on the conditioning.
Okay. So, and what else?
Lat spread. Okay, Keon is wider for sure, but doesn't have that density. And Shaun is a master of presentation. I mean, I don't know how he pulls that out from nowhere.
Then when they turn around, they say side tricep. Who you got? KEONE?
It's a big.
We can't we going based off what we saw last year, guys.
And they're
we're
going
gonna
fast. They're not wait up there for 5 minutes. They're going to go quick.
Okay.
Hit
So, yeah.
ab and thigh.
Depending on KEONE's abs in the side tricep pose. Okay? And then ab shot also, they're allowing that stupid vacuum, which I hate. That's not abdominal pose. That's
I don't
vacuum
think
pose.
that's going to be the thing this year, the theme.
I mean, really, how do you judge somebody in vacuum and one with the perfect abs? And, oh, well, that looks better. How can that look better?
So are you, Milos, are you saying that if they call ab and thigh, let's say there's 2 men call out, final 2, this is for the win. And they call the 7th pose ab and thigh. So now this guy does a vacuum and this guy blows the abs, sits on them abs, tight, beautiful. There's a chance that the one with the vacuum can win this pose?
He should not. He will lose right away. That you're showing me nothing. What is the abdominal?
I think.
Show me one of those abdominals you have there in the vacuum.
I don't think it's like. I think it's the guy. I think the guy with the abs will win the shot, but I think it's like a mulligan. I think you just take it a mulligan.
Yeah, because that should.
Why is this accepted, Dennis?
Yeah, it's just like a.
Why is this accepted?
I don't know.
They're calling abdominals. Show me abdominals and thighs. Okay.
I know. I got you. But I don't know. I was surprised that they accept when it's called an ab and thigh pose, and that they used to say both hands overhead.
Yeah.
And now you can put one hand because you have a wide waist. You can turn to the side and do this one. They accepted that too. I called that out a couple of times. I said, "How is that acceptable?" When you call ab and thigh, and there was I don't want to mention no names, but there's two top guys that did that always because they know their ab and thigh sucks.
And you could change the game. You could change the rules. Move the goalposts.
Yeah.
Move the goalposts.
I don't agree with it. I don't agree
And
with it.
I'm not sure, but I think I remember Tyler saying this is okay to do it.
Yeah, he said it all 3.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but you tell me, okay, now 3 of us are judges.
So if you have a wide waist, you have a chance. If you have a wide waist, because I remember Steve Weinberger saying one time they do the mandatories because you can't hide your weaknesses. So you have to do the poses. So if you have a wide waist, you just turn to the side and hide your wide waist.
Hey, would you ever want to judge?
No.
I would.
Fuck no.
I would. I would.
Why don't you sign up as a judge, Milos? You would be a good judge.
No, because I coach people, so I cannot be.
But they are.
Listen, at the UFC,
people though, right?
At the UFC, I'm there. You know that I have a personal relationship with the judge, and so I'm always asking questions. After the fight, 3 of them all get together, and they have to analyze and explain. Okay, right away. Why did you judge this way, that way? Each round. Okay, so we should be judges from the show.
That should be. Well, you want to see a press conference after the show with the judges talking?
Well, why not? Listen, that's what Tyler is doing. Tyler is doing a phenomenal job. This is what I wish 30 years ago. Oh my God, that was beautiful. Tyler has no problem explaining, and he gives his opinion. And then he says, okay, these couple of judges maybe didn't see it that way. Beautiful. Okay, but now on that note, how can you judge a vacuum pose? And, that looks good. Like Frank Zane looked perfect. Chris Bumstead looks perfect. Yeah, but that's not the ab shot. That's a vacuum shot.
Yeah.
Not a mandatory pose. Why is accepted as a mandatory? Hiding the muscle that is supposed to show.
Yeah. There should be another video where they should explain exactly what is the mandatory pose, which one is accepted, and which one is not. I mean, I still, right now, we're sitting here, I still don't know if the vacuum pose is accepted as an ab and thigh.
Yeah, it is.
It is?
Yeah.
Because you said it, Tyler mentioned it. You can do all three. So
I know, but what if you only do the vacuum and somebody does an ab and thigh and has beautiful abs? Now, how can you beat this
what do
with
you
just?
think Derek's going to do? What do you think Derek's going to do?
Well, he's going to have to practice how to do the ab and thigh pose. Number one,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know.
I think he's
But
gonna do the
I'm just
How
looking
many
at.
microseconds he's going to hold that pose?
But he
Well, we don't
improved
know
his
if he
abs.
listen. He's I was
He
just about to
improved his
say,
abs this year.
Derek improved. Here we go, nigga. Here we go, Milos. Go right back. He improved his abs. I think he's gonna hit that pose a lot better. So did William Bonac. That was his worst pose. He's working on it. You know, it's not perfect, but it's getting better, and he's showing it. So I think that if someone just uses the vacuum, let's say like Derek would only do the vacuum ab and thigh, which is no abs, and then even someone with less stellar abs that's hitting that shot right should be able to beat him in that pose.
Hey, you know who brought
But
that?
you know what though? But
Tony Pearson back in the
Derek-
day. He did that.
Hey,
You know,
but-
remember Tony Pearson?
I know, but then they blew
yeah,
it
but he
out.
was smashed down
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
abs.
Then they
Yeah,
blew it
but
out and showed the
I think
abs.
Derek
That's a
has
fact.
such more. Derek has such more of a small waist to those lats, to that shape in that vacuum. It looks great in a vacuum. I think that was the argument.
I know, but is it called show me your kidney and thighs, or is it abs and thighs?
Show me your ribs.
You know what I'm saying? So I understand him. If this is you have the option to do that, this is Derek's favorite best pose is to suck it in, hold that abs, and show off that V taper. But if they accept all three, then maybe you should do all three, so they can judge you fairly.
Got all three.
Yeah.
Don't discuss it publicly, but how do you like my hashtag bodybuilding pose I sent you?
I loved it. I loved it. I wish.
awesome.
Night and day.
I know people's going to be on there now. What are they
Was that
talking
from
about?
90? When was that from?
That was old. It looked like 97, 98.
Yeah.
97.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, maybe I have Kylie put it in so people know what we're talking about.
98.
Yeah. Okay, let her do it.
Send it in.
I'll hate it anyway.
Keep it real.
Hey,
You know,
now
and
some.
listen, yeah.
Go
when
ahead.
You, when you speak the truth, right?
Yeah,
Why people get offended if you tell the truth? Okay.
because that's how people are, and it's not all the people. It's just some of them. It's just some of them that they're just bitter.
Majority?
It's just a person that just don't like you for whatever reason. You can say whatever you want to say. This could be totally fucking 100% true and honest and accepted. There's going to be at least one person that thinks that's bullshit because it's coming out of your mouth. That's just the way it is. And I don't know how people get offended, when people write shit. I could sit there and laugh. I can read something and laugh about it.
Yeah.
Because it's funny, it's funny, I remember, I remember this one message because I was talking about Colombia, and I must have said Colombia, and somebody said it's Colombia, not Colombia, not Columbia, and so he basically told me how to say it, and I replied, which I rarely do, and I said, okay, where would I be without you? And then he replied to me, he said, you would end up in South Carolina. That was so fucking...
Some guys are funny. Some guys not.
That's so fucking awesome, though. I was laughing. I was laughing for like
Some
30
guys are really
minutes.
funny.
That was so funny. Where would I be without you, Because you're telling me how to say the words. He said, you would end up in South Carolina. That's awesome. Anyways,
right.
let's talk about... Let's talk about Hunter going into Italy now. So now he has no competition if what's his name is out. We have Andre. Is it Andre Presti? Who's in there?
Andrea Presti.
Did you see anybody on the on that lineup in the lineup that can challenge Hunter at all?
No, I didn't see.
Or is this just
level?
yeah? Or is this just a show for whoever comes in that can make a name for himself, standing next to Hunter and getting second?
Yeah, that's how I would agree.
Yeah, somebody can put his name on the map.
There's Ali guy from UAE that was top 5 in Dubai, has a nice physique, but Hunter level.
Yeah, Hunter has a.
I mean, Hunter's going to have opposing practice.
Yeah, here's the thing. Because when I heard in the very beginning that Honda's not doing any shows here, he's going to Italy, I'm telling myself, why is he choosing the easy route? I got to say this. The way he looks, I don't know what arrangement he made to do that show in Italy, but the way he looks, he could have done any show here in the U.S.
Of course.
and would have qualified. So I will never hold this against him that he's going to Italy, because I guess, I don't know, maybe he's coming.
With the exception of Texas.
Maybe
which
he's coming home with a Panada a contract. Who knows? Maybe there's another reason why he's doing the Italy show.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking maybe there's something else that he can just make a deal with something. I don't know. Anyway, so he looks awesome, and I think that
I have my guy from Brazil, Bruno Santos, entering.
I saw that name. That's a big dude, right?
Yeah, he's going to be a contender. Yeah, of course.
Got
You
from
know
France?
no limits. You can't really affect Hunter, but he can fight with everybody for second.
The guy with France?
Sorry?
From France, the guy?
No, from Brazil.
Oh.
No, French guy. You mean Morgan Aster?
Yeah, Morgan.
Yeah, no, he's just going to be there. He ain't. It's not. But listen, in this lineup, you never know.
Yeah. He's a monster.
It's a huge monster.
Yeah, absolute monster.
Yeah. But he's not. He just doesn't come across. You saw him, Chris. He did the Tampa that year, where who won the Tampa Pro that year? Remember when Quentin looked so good?
Right.
Who won?
I think it's the way.
Akeem. I think.
Akeem, yeah.
Akeem.
I came and
It's just the way it's not just a big body, but the way you put that body together has everything to do with how you.
I mean, he's the most impressive guy in just walking around. I mean, it's different on stage, but when he walks around, he's just, I don't know, he must be like 350 pounds.
crazy condition too.
Yeah.
It just for that height, he still needs to be wider. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hadi in the U.S. He made it.
Yes, we know.
Yes.
We know because P. Diddy has got him going all around. I call Honey P. Diddy because he's always in the video.
Yeah, listen. Yeah. But listen, it's his guy, it's his company. Let him.
He's just funny, but he just cracks me up.
Yeah, me too. But it's good he's back here, so that means, it's just all a matter of dialing it in now, I think, I would think that we will see the best ever Hadi and the best ever Derek. And I believe we will see the best ever Samson. Yes.
But like you say, those three guys, they were looking, okay, Samson could have walked away with the title just as well as any one of these guys, just been a tad sharper than he was. Could have won.
So send that message because, of course, now I'm not a coach, right? So we can send this message. Everybody knows that it was a Samson show to win if he was ripped, right? He was saying that, okay, winning the Arnold Classic the way he did 2023, it doesn't need to be that much crazier. Now he knows, seeing Hadi at Columbus, Ohio, and in England, that it has to be. So I'm sure they're working on getting this little extra. So if you have that little extra, then, pound for pound, hashtag bodybuilding, each category, check. He has a chance to win legitimate, but he's going to have to be peeled out of his mind.
Yeah. And let's just say, for shits and giggles, he's going to be at his all-time best. Hadi at his all-time best. Derek at his all-time best. Andrew at his all-time best. Hunter at his all-time best. And
you don't count BEHROUZ being in the...
I can't count him in because...
He's going to be at his all-time best?
Yeah. Huh?
You think BEHROUZ can be at his all-time best, Milos?
Yeah. He's super motivated.
All-time best?
He's super motivated, but Chris and Dennis, both of you, right? For example, if we trained for some shows, 5 shows, in years, and then in the last minute you wait for a Monday before you're gonna still get it, and you don't get it on Tuesday, and Wednesday is the last chance, and then you lose it.
I know, but Hadi had to go through this for a few years. Last minute.
No, and I take my hat off to Hadi too.
Yeah.
But on that note, like BEHROUZ is okay. He's not as ripped as HADI year around, but BEHROUZ can make a changes like that shocks me, like how fast he can change. You know what I mean? Some people they have to live like so many weeks and wait. Here you look for little things and then tighten up and boom, it's there. Unbelievable. HADI, it looks like probably today that he can compete next Saturday.
Yeah.
So, but I don't want to say it into the universe. I'm very fearful that this administrative processing since November of 2022 is not going to end in the next few weeks.
Yeah.
It might be prolonged.
I don't think so either. That's why I didn't put him in my top 6 because I don't believe he's going to make it. Unfortunately, I would love for him. I would, man, can you imagine if he would already be here? He would be there in Vegas.
I have 2 rooms for him right here waiting.
Yeah.
I should.
That would be something to see. Anyway, so now imagine all these guys coming in at their best. How do you really judge this?
Okay, so let's analyze.
Okay.
Derek comes improved. What do you do with him?
It's going to be very hard to.
Give him the-
It's going to
give
be
him the title?
It's going to be very hard to dethrone him if he comes improved.
Yeah, because
You give him the title.
if he comes improved, that's the focus.
Well,
gonna
he
be
does.
on.
Well, yes, he will have the title because he's already the champ. So if you can't dethrone him, he would still walk away with the title.
Yeah, but if somebody improves more than he improved and
Who-
actually beat him pose by pose,
Well, if that's the case, then he would lose.
yeah, but
That's
close to something last year, like I said.
that's the way we would see it. I mean, if somebody comes in majorly improved, and listen, Samson just has to be peeled. I don't think he has to make any more improvements. If he's peeled, he's going to be improved.
If you remember last year when it was going down to the last 2, no one knew exactly which way it was going to go.
True.
There was no like a.
And I had Hadi winning last year. So yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. I didn't think that Derek had it in the.
So-
Yeah. So, but can Hadi be much better than he was in Columbus earlier this year? Can he be much better?
He could be a little
Maybe
fuller.
you know,
He could be a little.
maybe glutes can be a little bit better, and I'm sure that's what he's working on because Derek has a striated glutes like crazy. So that's
thought-
probably the focus.
But do you
I
think
thought-
do
I
you
thought
think
he
the
came down
glutes do you think the
hard.
glutes alone would make the difference in first or second?
I don't
Good.
think so.
I'm serious.
No.
I don't think so.
I'm dead serious.
Just
Okay,
the glutes alone?
how did Derek win side poses by the explanation of Tyler Mannion? Side poses, he won from Hadi on striated glutes and tightness of a hamstring, not upper body. Upper body cannot be compared.
So
Striated.
when you say upper body cannot be when you,
side
Well, Hadi
triceps.
was soft.
but Milo, when you say upper body cannot be compared, does that mean that Hadi was better in the upper body or Derek?
Hell yes.
Hell yes, what?
Hadi was better in
So
upper
you
body.
think that Derek won this pose only because he had striated glutes from the side?
Yep.
Oh,
That's where focus was on.
Hadi wasn't.
I'm telling you.
I can see that
You
happen.
knew that,
I can see that happen when, say, everything is virtually the same or equal, and then you have to make a decision, and then you base it off the glutes that someone has striated or not. I don't think that you won this pose because you had the striated glutes, and everything else was worse.
how many striations have you seen upstairs on the Hadi's chest?
Yeah.
And how many on the intercostals? And how many deeply chiseled abs did you see inside chest and side triceps?
Hey, all I know,
Possible to
if
ignore?
Milos go like that, he mean business. If he go like that, he mean business.
You know, that in Serbia, I was playing that accordion.
Oh man, yeah. Listen, yeah, it's gonna be something special. I have a feeling.
So-
somebody's gonna let us down by coming in off.
Hey,
I
understand.
think Andrew Jack's chest and abs gonna be a nice little. I don't know. Him going against Hadi with that. I want to see that because I want to see them both in tip top shape, and that's their strong point areas right there. I want to see that.
Yeah. Shit. I want to just,
Yeah.
I wish I could see everybody in shape, at least the top 10, in crazy shape, so we can really
Yeah,
see what
it
they
should be
look
at
like.
least, yeah, top 7.
Yeah.
Somebody looking in, looking in from the top 10, trying to get in the top 5, work their way up to the top 4.
So let's say a Samson like last year. Would that be enough for
would-
top 3?
Samson
seen-
last year, 2023, would not be enough to beat
Probably not.
Uh,
top 2.
Probably not. Last year,
Yeah, that's what I'm, the
he's
question.
bigger. He's bigger this year. and
I know, but a Samson from last year, would that be enough for top 3?
Oh, top 3, yes.
Condition wise.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
still.
they're going to be harder.
I mean, remember, Andrew Jack outconditioned him at the Arnold Classic last year. Yeah, but it was not enough. It was still visible. And
Yeah,
as much as
flat.
Andrew Jack improved, there's still the same areas like hamstring from the side, lengthy arms, So Andrew, I love Andrew's physique, but in Houston pro debut by the Arnold Classic UK, he lost it. And then by the Olympia, he lost even more. Then he came back to Houston again, very good. But then for Olympia again, he lost it. Now, if his body goes up and improve from Houston, sky is the limit. The guy can win the Olympia, maybe. Jesus Christ, I don't know.
Hey, Milos, you did a lot of shows in a row. So did your body go up and down, or did it
No.
out and then go down, down,
Yeah,
down?
ours didn't, but because Chris, you and I did the same thing, right? So we pretty much knew how to maintain it. There was never
I was just
up and
wondering
down.
what you thought about you, because I know sometimes this all depends, but
But that's why, Chris, if you remember, I push everybody. I push Dennis and anybody to compete more, right? You're already in shape. Okay.
yeah, I know. I'm with it.
Yeah,
Just
so
wondering what you thought, like condition wise or your look or whatever.
I mean, in reality, you should tighten up for next show, and then once Olympia comes, this is it. That's a big dance. That's where you put all the eggs in. That's when you suffer that little extra. That's when you turn the
But
notch.
some people, when they compete at the Arnold and then compete at the Olympia, like I think my Olympias, if I would, went the whole year like a lot of people did, just focus on that one show, I would have looked like 10 times better than doing the multiple shows beforehand. But some shows I hit, a nice fullness with the cuts, and it was some of my best looks, but it just wasn't at the Olympia. It was at, in Australia, Arnold, or something like that, or an Ironman, something like that.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I have to confess, I finally watched your documentary the other day.
You have to confess.
Man,
Yeah, because I never did.
it has some good footage,
Pissed
right?
off. And I'm so pissed off that I'm not in a movie. Like they're supposed to interview me. I said, because Gary
Damn.
Phillips is giving me a hard time. Like, okay, why didn't you watch it? I said, well, why didn't you invite me? And then he forgot, right? But yeah, I enjoyed the show. Then, of
I was
course,
trying to get as many people as I could.
I was like, this thing, you made me cry, goddamn.
It had some footage though, right? It was kind of sad. He was
I was there.
Milos
I was
is,
total.
Milos is,
I was there for a total of 2.7 seconds.
Milos's
I
test,
actually
Milos's
have a
test is
screenshot.
finally low. His test is low.
Okay.
No, I would, when
hey, Milos, but it had some footage. You're like, damn, that's some fucking footage right there, right?
Yeah,
when
but-
Walking back on the stage and everything.
when I watched it, I had to text Chris right away. While I was watching it, I said, that's a good documentary. Because,
Right.
because people don't know. People don't know,
And Gary just finished the Lee Priest documentary. We're going to talk about it. Hopefully,
Yeah.
we can Lee, right? I
Yeah.
can't wait to see this one. So, Chris, as soon as I finish yours, you know how the suggestions come about, and there's original Mass Monster Dorian. Like, oh
Oh
shit,
yeah.
back to back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Real deal. You guys got to check it out.
yeah. I mean,
I'm
Dorian is
fine.
special. I mean, we should invite Dorian back, man.
Yeah, he's had his hip surgery, so let's wish him a speedy recovery.
Oh, yes, he just had it done.
Yeah,
What surgery?
Hip surgery.
hip surgery.
Oh, really?
Hip replacement or surgery?
Hip. replacement.
Oh, he's got a new hip.
Oh, I gotta ask him because I need one for sure.
So I get two.
Dude, man,
Because
mom.
they offer two for
Only for 2-for-1 special.
they offer
Goddamn.
2 for 1, right?
Hey, did you get your toenails done?
Oh, I'm gonna do it in Serbia.
When are you leaving again?
Day after the Sphere, whatever that
Hey.
is.
Oh, the 15th. Okay.
Are you gonna have some sarma over there?
How do you know? Yeah.
Some what?
Hell yeah.
I got a little friend from your area
Cabbage,
that told me.
cabbage roll.
Huh?
Cabbage rolls. This is
Oh, what they call it?
Sarma.
Sama.
Sarma.
It's in Germany. They call it. Is that they have ground beef inside?
Yeah.
Yeah, they call it Krautwickel in Germany. My mom used to make it. You used to make this with
You were raised on that? Everybody was eating that.
with mashed potatoes on the side. Sama.
It can fill you up. But I was doing the version with the low-fat beef, and then there's a cabbage. So it's like, bodybuilding food.
Yeah.
Normally they stuff it with rice, too much rice, right? Yeah.
Are you gonna have some?
Of course. I mean,
What's the first thing you? What's
I can't diet. I was trying to get a little bit in shape because I'm going for a wedding and all that stuff. I think I just popped like 2 diazides.
What's the first thing you eat when you get home? What's the first thing you do?
Gibanitsa, that's my mother makes. It's like cheese pie, but it's special with the way how my grandma used to make.
When you
And
say
then
cheese pie, is that salty or sweet?
salty.
Okay.
Salty. Yeah. Yeah, that's the first. And then we have people are gonna say I'm crazy. Papara. Okay, papara is it's poor people's breakfast. So the bread that is left over from the day before, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's all bread. You smash it, grind it, and put the cheese in it, and then fry it. And you eat this with the yogurt. It's just like one of those things that when you grow up with and you love it,
Yeah.
but you never eat it. So I'm already, visualizing myself inhaling that.
Yeah. See, for me, I'm first thing.
Your favorite?
As soon as I get there, first thing is I'm gonna go right into a bakery.
Yeah.
Get the real pretzels, a real farmer's bread. Oh, come on, man! You can't buy that shit in the U.S. Nowhere.
I like the seafood gumbo as my go-to.
Where?
German bakery.
It's like if I go back to Texas, we have a family reunion November 2nd.
Oh,
I'm gonna fly in for that and get those barbecue ribs and yeah, all of that.
what did you say, Milos?
When you go to Germany, tell this bakery, hey, why don't you just open one in Las Vegas?
There's one here in Phoenix, and right downtown, not downtown, but somewhere in the city and it's called Old Heidelberg. And I saw that, or somebody told me, and I looked it up, and I said, oh, Heidelberg, German bakery. So, of course, I drove this about 25 minutes from my house. I drove there, and they had, you could see the pretzels and, made from Germans. They're actually from Stuttgart. I don't know why they call themselves Old Heidelberg, because I am originally from Heidelberg. And I told them, I said, yeah, let me but then you have to buy them and freeze them. Because, fresh, it's only fresh the first day for a couple of hours. You don't want to keep them. So I buy so much, I had to put them in the freezer and then take them out of the freezer and try to eat them the next. It's not the same, But I see they have a lot of stuff that they import. But the prices that they charge here is like 3 times as much as they charge over there. So that's like, you know what? I'd rather wait till I get home. I'm in the bakery every morning. First thing I wake up, I go straight to the bakery and buy that stuff.
That sounded like me when I was in Amsterdam, going to the bakery.
Sound like you in Amsterdam going into the fucking smoke shop.
Shut up.
Dennis, I
I
don't know.
don't smoke like that no more.
Oh, you don't smoke no more?
No.
Oh,
No.
yeah, me too. I haven't smoked in
Not
years.
even. It used to be a thing, and not a thing no more.
Yeah. Same here. I do an edible like once a year.
Hey, Dennis,
Yes.
I don't know if you were there in Amsterdam, but I was there with Chris, and it has to be you. And then they opened the box, like like 4 times this big, right?
No, I wasn't there when I was never with
And then the compartments like this, and there's some kind of hashish and this marijuana and this. Like they had like a 30 of them.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that one exists. And here comes Chris, like, no one is on. You don't remember?
No.
Chris, I do because I don't know nothing about it.
Chris
And
doesn't.
I covered
Chris
it the
doesn't
one
like to
time.
talk about it no more because hey, listen, we can admit what we used to do, so there's nothing wrong with that.
I know.
You know?
I had like 7 of those muffins, and you guys.
Chris just made a face like fucking Patrick Tua when you told him you coached him.
Oh, it wasn't me. It wasn't me.
Chris just when you said this, Chris just made the same faces. I don't remember that.
I don't know what that.
What are you talking about? Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Anyways,
No, but before we change the subject, I think that Hunter Labrada, now that being a stress-free, can deliver a crazy package. You know what I mean?
You think he was stressed?
He always tried this little extra and little. Now he's gonna go there. He just needs to put the oil correctly. Right?
yeah.
Nothing else. So he can test something for the Olympia, and if he delivers, maybe they're gonna get the formula. You know, I think that he always tried a little bit extra. Chris, like you were saying, you know, he doesn't deliver exactly on the
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine right now.
Yeah.
You just land the plane.
So I'm gonna write down 5 weeks out before my guest comes on. I'm gonna get the predictions now. We're 5 weeks out. Chris, Milos, DJ.
I haven't seen anything different, so I'm the same.
Do the same. Tell me what it was.
I haven't seen anything different.
And tell me what it was.
I don't remember.
How you know it's the same if you don't even remember what it was?
Well, yes.
Come on.
Derek, Hadi,
Derek first? Okay. That's changed already, so keep going.
yeah, it was Hadi, but I'll put Derek
Okay.
because he said he's looking good. They both gonna be looking good. You kind of swayed me with that one.
Okay.
Hadi, Nick,
Nick third?
Samson, and Andrew Jack.
Andrew. And sixth place? We just talked about him.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, well, you're not sure? Okay.
Because we're not sure he's not even coming now.
Who?
He had a BEHROUZ before 6th.
They
But,
have BEHROUZ.
you're the only one.
Got what's his name? Labrada.
Hunter. Okay, that's what I mean when we said we just talked about him. Milos.
Hadi Samson. Okay, that's how I had it. And I put Andrew before Derek, and I like Andrew's physique, and I would probably go with him if I project what he's going to look like. I have some stupid feeling, you know, that maybe he's going to burn out instead of get better.
Who? Andrew?
know?
Andrew?
Andrew, yeah. You know, I hope I'm wrong. You know, I hope I'm wrong, because if he delivers, he's going to be battling there for a first. But I would put the Derek now third and Andrew fourth. I would still give him edge over BEHROUZ because we need to bring those wheels and BEHROUZ, and I hope we will. And so hopefully if he comes in here and wheels are better, BEHROUZ can even move more forward. So Andrew fourth, BEHROUZ fifth, and Labrada sixth.
And Hunter.
So the only thing that I switched was Derek and Andrew, because I do think that
You don't think that Nick's going to make top 6?
he's going to be battling with the Hunter. So Hunter's going to arrive in his all-time best. Hunter beat, think about this. Hunter beat Nick when he was off. And Nick beat Hunter when Hunter was off. Okay? So now with bigger Hunter and getting down on his conditioning, gee. So, front double Hunter, lat spread Hunter, side chest Nick. Back double biceps is great Nick's pose, but so is Hunter's. Eesh. Lat spread Hunter, side triceps Hunter.
You think he can
Abs
beat all those
rise.
poses, though?
Huh?
Side triceps Hunter.
All
I mean,
those-
that's signature pose.
Huh?
Side triceps Hunter is phenomenal. That like Dorian Yates style.
Yeah. I feel bad for
Yeah,
Nick. I feel bad for Nick that you put him out of the top 6 for 2 weeks in a row.
I know, but hey, so Nick shows up crazy.
He will show up crazy. There's no doubt about
Sky's
that.
the limit. And he just bypasses so many people.
But Milos, there's no doubt that Nick's going to show up crazy. Where's your doubt?
Well, is this okay?
He's gonna
Did he
be
show up
with-
crazy?
he's
Did
way
he show
better
up
than-
crazy in New York?
I know, but I'm
No.
But listen,
Yeah, but-
it's a what have you done for me lately sport.
listen. Yeah,
It's
but
not
listen,
about in New York.
listen,
It's not
listen.
about last
Okay,
year. It's about
okay,
when
Chris.
you come to the stage.
But you guys talk like he's off every other time he competes.
That's what I mean. He's
No.
a consistent guy.
No, but he's not. He's always on, and he was not Nick Walker on in New York, but he was still on.
He was on, yeah.
So
But
what makes you think that he is all of a sudden, what have you done for me lately?
He's a very consistent competitor, bro.
he's consistent, yeah. So
Yeah.
because Milo said he could come in crazy looking, yeah. I expect him to come in crazy looking. That's why I'm saying this.
But Dennis, I'm a hashtag bodybuilding guy. I would give Flex, Chris, Kevin, Sean over Dorian.
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah. No,
Then-
I understand what
Then
you're saying.
Dorian shows up.
Yeah.
Dorian shows up and shuts me up. Like, holy shit. Okay, I see it. But I've seen it 93. I didn't see it 94, 96, or 97. But then people were going with, okay, well, he proved it then, so let's just keep them. Okay? This is kind of thing. I'm a hashtag bodybuilding guy. If you ask me, hashtag bodybuilding now is Samson, Andrew, Regan, BEHROUZ, what do you call it? Brandao. Oh my God, who am I missing? I miss a major guy. Yeah. This is, my thinking. So Nick is not there. But,
Are
once
we-
Nick shows up,
Are we overlooking Brandao?
possibly, yeah. If he comes better than Arnold Classic,
Oh, okay.
Hello, guys. How are you?
hello.
Hey, Eric.
Then there's a guy
He's
named
a-
Kirk.
he's-
So
Okay, 1 second. Let me welcome Eric Stoffers. Eric, where is your last name from?
It's German by descent. My grandpa fought in World War II for the Americans, but he was straight off the boat from Germany.
Yeah, because that's what I thought when I read the name. I said, so how would you pronounce it?
Stoffers.
Okay, and I will tell you it's Stoffers, German. Yeah, it's good. Man, I'm happy. Man, I'm glad to have you on as the owner and the originator of Bioaccelerator in Colombia, Medellin, Colombia. Eric, thanks for making the time because I think it's necessary for the world to understand everything that's going on around stem cells right now. So
Thank you so much for having me. It's really nice meeting you, virtually here.
Yes.
Obviously we've been chatting before, based on your visit here, but
Yeah.
no, it's really nice to be in front of your audience. And yeah, there's a lot of great things going on in the stem cell industry.
yes, and I can only vouch for that because I was there 2 times last year. I only did the IV, and you changed my life. You really did, and that's just the IVs, So, but I want to talk about you and the company. So, who is Bioaccelerator?
So Bioaccelerator is a company that I founded in 2015. We administer the most advanced cell therapy in the world. And most of it is centered on stem cell therapy, but we do have extra cellular vesicles and some other cell therapies that we administer as well. But most of it is around stem cells derived from the umbilical cord, and we use the mesenchymal stem cells. But basically, we try to treat orthopedic injuries, autoimmune disease, and neurological conditions with the best stem cells available.
And what made you start this company?
I was I'm just a business guy. I don't have any medical aptitude or scientific background, but I was at this really cool kind of inflection point in my life where I was doing really well in the real estate business. I had made a bunch of money for my investors, and I had some major fails along the way too as an entrepreneur. But I was at this place in my life where I was in a relationship with somebody that was in the pharmaceutical and medical device business. I have family, specifically my grandma was a nurse. And so I had a lot of experience with people in and around me, my friends and family in the medical field. And so I saw these really great successes, where they were coming home feeling really good about the work that they did. But I also saw these incredible failures in the American medical system. And so I became very disenfranchised with, quite frankly, just the horrific stories I was hearing about, what pharmaceuticals were being pushed, how the addictive nature and the side effects that were going on with some of these pharmaceuticals. And so when I came across this group of scientists that were doing stem cell therapy, I became enamored immediately in the science and how this was going to help my community, but it was going to do it in a way that was natural, that was not going to get people hooked on additional drugs or have these major side effects. And it was going to get to the systemic root cause of health issues. And so from that point, I fell in love with it, and I ended up founding a company.
So why is the company, and I know why, but I want you to explain the real reason. Why is this company in Colombia and not here in the U.S.? Because you're obviously American.
Yeah, so we're based out of Scottsdale, Arizona. So we are an American company. We have a lot of staff members that are all throughout the United States, based in Scottsdale. But our main treatment facility is in Medellin, Colombia, and that's because we are forced to go offshore. Great companies like ours that are just trying to help as many Americans and humans as possible, we're literally forced to go offshore because the US FDA is not taking any time or effort or energy to fast track these therapies that have been proven. I mean, look, there's no debate in the scientific community that these treatments are safe and they're effective for a lot of conditions. Now, not all. Part of the problem with our industry is that there's a lot of guys out there saying it's a miracle for everything, and that's just not true. But with the things that we focus on, like autoimmune disease and, like in your case, orthopedic injuries from, being a professional athlete, and then also neurological conditions, we treat a lot of professional athletes for CTE, especially the guys in combat sports and high impact sports like NFL. But, back to your question, we're forced offshore because the regulation within the FDA is very antiquated. It's old. It was developed 35 years ago for bone marrow transplants, and they haven't kept up with how quickly the science has evolved. And, in my opinion, it's somewhat criminal because we're not treating as many people as we could. We're not getting people out of chronic pain like we could. We're not giving people health options that are actually there.
Yeah. I heard a doctor and some research specialist saying, he mentioned something about stem cells, and he said that if stem cells would be available to every human on this planet, the way they are, but if they would be available to everybody, if everybody could afford them, he said in 10 years from now, people would work until they're 90 and live till they're 120.
I think that's there. I don't know what scientific evidence he has on that statement.
I don't know if this is if this was evidence or if this is just what he's thinking. If this, he's just basically proving a point that said if this would be available, this is what he would see happen in the future.
Being in the business, look, I think that statement is closer to the truth than it is to not being factual. So I'm with him in the premise. And I can tell you that the people that we treat that are in the health and health optimization space, the longevity space, the biohacking space, those are our patients, and they believe the same thing. And stem cell is a component of it. You still have to do all of the, the important things that the American medical system kind of seems to forget are the real miracle, and that's nutrition, that's exercise, that's sleep. That's the things that we can control very easily. But if you stack stem cell on top of all of that, this most advanced science, I believe it. I do it myself. I can tell you that there's something to it.
Yeah. How do stem cells really work? What happens when you do stem cells? Let's say IV, for example.
So if you're just taking the IV, which is a really good example, because this is one of those things you would do in the case of, whatever physician you were just referencing. If you just did an IV every year, what that immediately does is it injects hundreds of millions of stem cells, more than your body can produce. And then those hundreds of millions of stem cells go to work and they start producing hundreds of millions of more stem cells every single day. Every 24 hours, they replicate. So the stem cells that we have in our body right now, and we were born with them, they're the building blocks of life. They're also the cells that continue to divide indefinitely throughout your life to help heal disease. So, maybe they're helping heal your liver cirrhosis if you're a drinker, and you don't know it, you don't feel it, but they're there, they're doing it. But if you want to take an example that you can see, it's a simple paper cut. You get a paper cut and, that at that moment it bleeds a little bit, it scabs over pretty quick. The next day it might be a little tender and there's a scab, but by the next week you look at it and you forgot it was even there because your skin is perfect again. Those are your stem cells going to work. And we have those in our body. The problem is, Dennis, is like everything in life, as you get older, things just slow down just a little bit. Your recovery slows down, your ability to build muscle slows down, but your stem cells are also slowing down in their ability to replicate and their ability to heal. So what we do scientifically with that IV is we give you hundreds of times, hundreds of millions of times more ability and more potent stem cells and the ability to heal, modulate your immune system, and then stimulate repair throughout your body.
Yeah, I can vouch for that because my main reason for last year's visit was because I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease. And it's called undifferentiated connective tissue disease. I don't really know what that means, but what they explained to me is that means my inflammation level in my body is just way too high, and therefore it will attack joints and parts where you have this severe pain. So I asked the doctor, what am I supposed to do? He said, he touched me everywhere. Does this hurt? And it didn't really hurt. So he said, don't do anything. Just keep coming back. We keep checking blood, keep checking, looking where your inflammation levels are. And it's always high. Then I did some research and I read about stem cells and especially inflammation. So I said, let me try them stem cells. I did. I had the visit last year and I guarantee, and I didn't do nothing else. Nothing else in my life changed. I have never had a single blood work where my inflammation was even close to being high. So it helped me with my inflammation levels. I'm always on the lower side, good inflammation levels, no pain anywhere in parts. I thought I had gout at one point because it attacked one foot, then the next 2 months later it attacked the other foot. I haven't had anything since then. That's how I know this stuff helps for sure. So, but now, why, you said it's from umbilical cords, which means we'll get some new cells from a baby that was just born like a couple of days before, I guess. How do you manage to get these umbilical cords? Do you make a deal with the females, with the mothers, or how does that work?
Yeah, it's a very rigorous process. So, I'll shorten it and won't bore you with the specific details, but it's exactly that. We do have a deal with a family. But the thing I like to point out first, Dennis, is that it's not the controversial sourcing that you might have heard about in the early 2000s, when George Bush was in his presidency and he really stopped the scientific research because of embryonic stem cells. That is not this. These are healthy moms and healthy babies They go home and live healthy lives together for the rest of their lives. So there's no controversy in the sourcing. Typically, this umbilical cord is medical waste. When the mother has the baby, they cut the umbilical cord and they throw it away. Well, in this case, we have a relationship with the mom and the dad and the whole family before the birth. So we know their health histories. We have vigorous tests done on them, and also some pretty specific exclusion criteria based on their family history, health history, lifestyle, that kind of thing. But so if they pass all of those specific pieces of the criteria, then when the mom has the baby, we are the only company in the world that I know of that actually has our nurse go into the operating room, working directly with the OBGYN, specifically using our techniques to collect that cord. We take that cord into our laboratory. It's quarantined. We get third-party testing. We do our own testing. Once that cord comes back with all of the microbiological testing and any type of contaminant testing that you could think of on the planet, and this follows not just the international standards, but we go 10 steps further. So once they pass all of those safety testing, then they start getting what's called culture expanded. So that's where we take just a small piece of that umbilical cord, the very smallest piece called wart and jelly. It's like a 2-inch by 2-inch piece. All of the rest of it is discarded, and we focus in on the best, most potent and pure cells called the mesenchymal cells.
Yeah, and I also realized every time I got a shot or the IV, it looked like those cells were done just before I get them. So it's not something that's laying in the freezer or in the fridge waiting for whoever gets them. It's kind of like there's a plan. And that's why I understand now that there's a lot of talks with doctors before we get to Colombia. They want to know everything. They have a treatment plan for you ready to go before you even leave your home. This is what I liked about it. And I was a little, in the first year, I was like, damn, they want to know everything, But once you get there, and this is why I can only vouch, I don't know how you put this together. And I didn't even think it was possible to get better from last year. The service, the staff, the doctors, the way they treat you is unbelievable. I don't think there's any clinic in the planet that treats you better than you guys. And I'm not saying this because I was there, because I'm saying this because it's really like that. And I think everybody that went to Medellin to buy Accelerator will say the same. I had a plan. It's like a daily schedule that was already mapped out for me. All I had to do is just make sure I'm there on time, and everything was, I gotta say, whatever you're doing, I don't know who put this together to make sure. Do you train these doctors and nurses for their job, or you have someone who just tell them, listen, you just have to be nice, and that's the end of it?
Dennis, it's funny that you're saying this today, because I was literally just having this conversation with a spinal cord injury patient. His name is Ryan Curtis. He was an MMA fighter. He trains with Conor McGregor. He's an Irish guy. He was training jiu-jitsu and had a spinal cord injury. He's left paralyzed. I'm glad to say that he's walking again and moving around and doing really well. He's halfway through his treatment protocol with us. But my point is, I was having this conversation today where he said, I had a lot of clinics that approached me and, wanted to help me. And kind of the differentiator was, for one, all of, you asked more questions, cared more about me as a patient. It was a little bit of a pain in the ass because I had to spend a lot of time with you up front, but that showed me that you were thorough, you cared, and you had a real protocol and a real regimented system. And then the other point that he made was about exactly what you brought up, in that the cells are controlled by us. The efficacy, we have a relationship from the patient from the minute the delivery and to the minute the cells are injected. Most other physicians in the United States, for sure, but even the clinics you see in Mexico and some of these other places, they're typically shipping frozen cells across the country to their clinic, thawing the cells, and then injecting them. So we know scientifically that the viability goes almost to zero. So you might have a little bit of result, but it's really just a waste of money, in my opinion. So that's one thing. But your bigger point was that the thing that I am so lucky and blessed is that I didn't have to train any of this. I didn't have to go to any of my physicians or any of my staff members. They're the brilliant ones, but they're also the ones with the most empathy, like the genuine care that they have is just that they're amazing humans. So
Yeah, genuine.
I'm just lucky. Yeah.
Absolutely genuine. And not only while you're there, even the posts, the follow-ups. Throughout the year, I had calls. They checked on me. They asked me questions. They asked me how I'm doing. You could tell they really care. They really do care. It's just, and I think I heard you say this somewhere else, that because people talk about, yeah, but it's so expensive. You could get it done in the U.S., but it will be probably from your own bone marrow or lower amounts. I don't know about the quality, but probably less quality. But the prices are pretty much the same or even more if you get it done here, correct?
Yeah, I mean, I always tell patients, like, look, in the US, it's a very low level science. If I was directing my friends or family, I'd say, do not waste your money, that the technology is just very low level, but you're going to pay about the same amount. But here's the difference. Not only are you going to get the best science, the best technology, the best medical care, but you also get a pretty cool vacation out of it. And if you haven't been to Medellin, Colombia, it's beautiful. It's the weather's perfect. The food is clean. The people are nice. It's a cool place to visit.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, everything's nice. It's the whole thing. I mean, picked up at the airport. There's this hotel, which is a nice hotel, connected to the mall. So you don't need a car. You don't need a taxi. You don't need anything. There's restaurants there. I mean, it is, like you said, it's a perfect vacation. And BioAccelerator even offers you trips. If you want to go see something, they give you some options that you can choose from. Even a helicopter ride. You can do whatever you want to do over there. I got to say, I'm so happy that I got a chance to come there, and I will I will come there as much as I can. But I have one question before I stop about the stem cells. Stem cells is just about for everything. Injuries, especially injuries that people realize, and I talk to guys that use it for injuries. Matter of fact, I met a friend now, we're still in contact, who was there last year. He had an accident. He was hit by a truck, and he was paralyzed. And he went to BioAccelerator. This is where I met him and his wife. And he did stem cell treatments, I think 2 or 3, and he's walking. So it does help. It does help. But how many you get? Milos knows a lot of guys that also, because he's affiliated with the UFC, and there's a lot of people with injuries. And isn't it, Milos? Correct me if I'm wrong. Aljamain Sterling, was supposed to get a bicep surgery, and he went to Colombia.
I think he did. I mean, I'm not 100% sure.
No, I know for sure he went to BioAccelerator, but I know.
100%.
And it was supposed to be, they thought he got to get surgery, and he went to BioAccelerator, and he fought without surgery.
100%. Yep. Aljo's our guy. He came right before his fight when he had the torn bicep. And we got him back. We got him back in the ring, and we do that for a lot of athletes. Aljo, the reason we're able to talk about it is because he was very vocal on his social media. He was super nice about his experience with us. We have a lot of guys that you'll see in the NFL that are on their injured reserve, and we get them back in the game that season, sometimes with career-ending, previously they were thought to be career-ending injuries or at least season-ending injuries. But Aljo's a great guy, and we helped him.
But this is something that was missing in the bodybuilding world because, bodybuilders, heavy lifters, they all have nagging injuries, stuff that they just get used to. At the end of the day, we call it no pain, no gain, but they don't understand that there's a way for you to do all this pain-free. And I think stem cells is the thing. Where do you see stem cells and BioAccelerator in 10 years or 15 years from now?
We're going to continue to be found by people that are in chronic pain or that, are having, some kind of health issue. So I think that that's always going to be part of what we do. But to answer your real question, where I think we're going is something you mentioned earlier in the conversation, and that's preventative medicine. Coming every single year, we have UFC champs, we have NFL guys, we have people in every sport that now know it's a secret weapon, so they come every year. Now, technically, you can't do it for performance enhancement, and I'm not saying it's that, but if you understand all the benefits, it should be done preventatively. You should be coming every single year to be in the best health optimization possible and to reduce inflammation before the inflammation starts, to inject hundreds of millions of stem cells that are going to help stimulate repair even when your body's doing an okay job repairing it. So I think that that's where the field is going. I think people are going to come and use it as a consistent regimen in their health journey. And yeah, and that might get to what you said earlier in people living, feeling better in their advanced years. That's the most important. We want to feel good. We don't want to be 90 and laying in bed for 10 years to live to 100. We want to be 90, like you said, and working and feeling good, and then, dying in our sleep and feeling like a rock star the day that we passed away. So I think that that's where it's going.
Do you think it ever be approved to do this in the U.S.?
It's crazy to me that it's not already. I'm really starting to feel that it's almost criminal, in the sense that, my company, we're helping as many people as possible, but we could help thousands and thousands more if it was legal. I can't even advertise in the United States what I do.
But they want medicine. They want people on medicine, though, I guess, right?
It's a horrible business model that I have. I want to treat people one time and never see them again. And that's not a good medicine model. You're right. The pharmaceutical model is a moneymaker.
That's terrible, man. Big Pharma don't want you to be healthy. They want you to stay sick. Otherwise, they make no money. Yeah. It's crazy.
And it starts with the food. The food in the U.S. is poison first, and they poison you slowly to get you to the medicine, and then the medicine gets you to the insurance.
Yeah. But that's another thing. I'm glad you mentioned it. It's another thing that they did this time. They pulled hair out. They did a test where they really look, and they told me the things that I don't really have to eat in the next couple of months. They go all the way in on you. And they didn't do that test last year, so that's probably something that's a little bit newer, where they pull some hair out, and I don't have hair on my body, not on my head. They had to pull. They had eyebrows, yes.
Because you manscaped, though, right?
Yeah. Next time I'll grow a bush when I have to go back. So they did that test, and then they go through everything with you. And basically, it's I wish I could feel like this when I go to a doctor here, where you get the feeling that the doctor really want to help you. It starts with the reception at the doctor's office. Can I help you? Like, damn, what are you doing here? And then I'm go over there and I tell this girl, and listen, my wife was crying when we left. She said bye to all the girls. It was so nice. She was crying. I was like, don't worry, we'll come back. I said, we'll come back. This is, we missed this. If they would allow this in the U.S., access for everybody, because that would be a game changer. It would be a game changer.
That's part of our goal. As a company, we want to bring this technology to as many people as possible. Unfortunately, it is a little bit expensive, and it's the top science, so it's very expensive just to produce on our end. But if you really take it into perspective and think, what is your health worth? And if you take that into your own hands and realize that the big insurance companies the money is not in getting you healthy, it's in keeping you sick.
Right.
And so if you take that into your own hands, then, $20,000 or $25,000 isn't, in the grand scheme of things, isn't really that bad. But, Dana White was saying something to one of our patients, Gary Brecka, that he will never go to a physician in the United States again for his general health. He'll go to a surgeon if he breaks his leg, or if he needs brain surgery, of course, that's what you do. But if it's just for general health, he'll never see another doctor in the U.S. again.
Yeah, because all they do is you go to the doctor. You can go to the doctor right now, and they check your blood pressure. It's mostly high elevated when you go to the doctor's office anyways, because you walk right in there, you still half out of breath, and they prescribe you blood pressure medication. They don't tell you, try to do this and do that, and let's come back and see what it's like in 4 weeks from now. Same with cholesterol medication. They put you on statins if your levels just slightly elevated one time. This could be, and you'll probably know, blood work could be this today, and tomorrow it can be totally different.
Totally.
So there's no way of like, listen, let's see if we can bring this down. Here, take these meds, and that's it. It's terrible.
And everybody knows weapon industry doesn't want wars, right?
Yeah.
This is how it is, bottom line. I'm going to tell you, I was treated by Dr. Adel Khan, an attorney in Cabo San Lucas. I went there because initially I didn't know much about stem cells. I said, okay, it sounds good, but I'm kind of, prove me. for me to believe it. And I got a shoulder and a knee treatment, an IV. And my shoulder is completely repaired. My knee is almost completely repaired. I could not do anything before, like any kind of squats, hack squats, and stuff like that. It's a miracle. So I think it's just a matter of time that it will be approved because it makes too much sense. Millions of people are getting better. You have a Joe Rogan and UFC fighters and NFL stars and everything else confessing, and the real examples. Like cannabis back in the day was not even considered to be ever legal, and is legalized. Somebody has to push. I mean, stem cells and repair, everything that you mentioned makes perfect sense. So how long they're going to fight it, I don't know, but I think it's really a matter of time. In the next few years, we're going to have
but you think Big Pharma is gonna lose trillions of dollars because they're gonna allow stem cells?
Out of fight.
Well, listen, you're the perfect example. Everything you told us, Dennis, you already make all of us believer, right?
Yeah.
Chris didn't try it. I did. I mean, shoulder, I couldn't lift my arm above my head.
Hey, what
It's like repaired, like.
about circulation and
Sorry?
nerve damage and circulation and
So if a paralyzed guy could actually walk, I don't know the details. You said the Gary something from Ireland. I mean, that's astonishing. I don't know. Dennis.
Yeah, Ryan Curtis. He trained with. He's friends with Conor McGregor.
Yeah. Ah,
Well, this guy from Texas that I met there last year, that I was still in contact with, he was in the wheelchair, and he's now walking. He's not walking, he's not running, but he's walking on his own two legs. I mean, something that the doctors told him will never happen again. That's the
100%.
problem. The doctors told him this is going to be your life. You're going to be bound in the wheelchair for the rest of your life.
people believe that and they won't try anything else.
What do you think? How many people are in the wheelchair because they believe what the doctors are saying?
Right.
You're hitting on a very important component of what's going on in the medical industry. Every one of our spinal cord injury patients tells us that that's what their physician said. They said, you're never going to walk again. You're going to be in a wheelchair for the rest of your life. And in some cases, like with bigger guys, if you're, like for instance, we've got a patient named Dustin Bunch. He was a firefighter that dove off of his boat at 4th of July weekend, like he did for 20 years at Lake Havasu. And this time the water was low and he was immediately quadriplegic. But he was a 6'5", 260 guy. And so because he was so big, he couldn't even really, people couldn't get him in and out of a wheelchair very easy. So the doctors told him, you're going to be in the bed for your rest of your life. This is it. And he was a guy with a mindset of a champion, a mindset that was not pessimistic and kind of woe is me. And he said, no, I'm not listening to you. I'm going to do everything I can. And he reached out to Matt Hughes, former UFC champion, and asked him, what he did to get it into a better recovery after his accident.
Okay.
And so he just kept working, and now he's out moving around. He's not running or anything, but he's feeding himself. He's going to the bathroom by himself. He's got a dignity in life, and he's not in bed all day like his doctors told him.
Yeah.
My spine is 100 years old, so I need to make it happen.
We need you in the bodybuilding world, and I'm glad. Hopefully, you'll make it to Vegas, so we can make some good introductions at the Olympia. He's going to come to Vegas with I think Manuela's coming along with you.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep, exactly.
We're going to have him back on the podcast live at the expo, and it's good for you to meet some of the people because I get so many. I just had KEONE text me the other day to get some information about stem cells because they see the videos that I posted, and there's a lot of people that are interested in finally get the knowledge because we hear stem cells, we hear their work, but we don't really know how, and I can't explain nothing. I can just tell them, I said, it changed my life. I told everybody I felt like shit. I was there 23 July 4th. So from mid 21 until I made it to Colombia, I felt like shit every day. And that, I blamed the autoimmune disease with the high inflammation level. I had pressure in my head. My eyes were always hurting. I have floaters in my left eye that I went to a specialist that they can't fix. They said, just give him a name. They basically told me, give him a name because they're never going to go away. And tell me, keep coming back every 3 months. Just for her to say, okay, nothing's changed, keep coming back. I never even mentioned that when I was in Colombia. And I did the treatment, and next thing you know, all that pressure is gone. Immediately. It took maybe a week. And I know they told me, they said, listen, it could take up to 12 months to fully kick in. So I felt it immediately. I was back motivated in the gym, which I didn't do for like a year and a half. I was at my worst in my life, and I told myself, this is what it's like getting old. This is what it feels like. And now I realize that it's not, you know? So it's literally because if your body's not right, it's just the way it is. So I realized 2 months after the first IV, all of a sudden, these floaters are gone that I dealt with for years. So what is it? I didn't do nothing. I still eat the same peanut butter. I didn't change anything other than the stem cells. So I think that's exactly what helped me with my floaters. It helped me with my inflammation level and my overall motivation. And MILOS had the same effect. You know what I mean? So it does help. And even though they explained to me, said, listen, if you already feel it now, you're going to feel it even more because it's still coming. It's not like immediate. You know, just like with I had my wrist done this time. I deal with I can say wrist pain, but it was not painful enough to take painkillers every day. Just painful enough to get used to it, just to deal with it. That's what I was doing. And I had my wrist done. My back was killing me the last 2 years. I had my back done, and I did an MRI, and the doctor over there, what is his name? Such a nice guy. The one that does the back injections.
España, Dr. España.
Yes. He said, he looked at the MRIs. He said, I don't even know how you move around and you're not in pain. He said, my neck, the mid back and the lower back. The lower back I felt, but my neck, I had no idea. He said, he has patients with way better discs than me, and they in pain.
That's what part.
Bro, I had no idea. I was like,
That's my part. I've been telling a lot of people about that, man. That was some of the worst decisions I had in my life.
yeah. But here's the thing, but I think all that muscle that you carry still protects you a little bit. And I think once you start losing it, that's why I never had pain before. I start losing weight, now the pain comes because that support is no longer there. So I'm loaded right now. So let's go. I'm ready. I did my first leg workout on Saturday. First time with squats, MILOS, in years, maybe 4 years.
There you go. Ironically, when we're talking, I get like a couple of messages saying, hey, what is this? Oh, keeping your vaccines up to date is very important. And then illness can sideline you, but we make it easy to get multiple vaccines in one visit. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
What do I need a vaccine for?
Yeah.
I keep getting these messages like every 2 days.
AI.
You know, stem cells. Oh, this is another one. This is for the listeners. Eric, stem cells and ED.
Oh. What is ED?
Hey, ED means back to every day. No, erectile dysfunction. How does stem cells work for that?
Yeah, so this is something that we don't advertise it a lot, but we do have a lot of sexual wellness benefits both for males and females. But specifically for ED, we've got guys that have come in, haven't had an erection in 2 years, and after having stem cell injections. Now, it sounds pretty painful, but I've heard it's not bad. But we literally go intercavernous, so we put the stem cells directly into the penis. And also the IV, so the stem cells circulate your entire body. But the intracavernous shots help with the vascular issues. More specifically, it helps you gain an erection and then also sustain the erection. So I have guys that swear by it. They come back every couple of years as like a little booster shot. But it's literally
Like
people that haven't been able to get it up. Now it's working.
I know someone who did it in Colombia at BioAccelerator. I thought he was bullshit me when he told me. You guys know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I said, what's wrong with you? I said, you can't get it? He said, no. I said, listen, I'm 60 years old.
One more pump.
More. He said, more. I said,
Yeah, you know what? we have guys that do it preventatively now. You know, guys that are like, yeah, you know what, I'm kind of just getting older. It's not, it doesn't seem to be a problem, but I'm gonna make sure it's never a problem. And they do it every year they come back.
Yeah. So how long? This is another question. You probably don't know the answer to this because it's still not that old. But how long will it last? Stem cells.
Oh, it totally depends on the patient. So one of the cool things about what we do is it's very personalized. You know, we collect a lot of health history information and make sure that we're developing a protocol specifically for you that we think is going to have the best results. Again, you know, it's a bad business model because I really do only want to treat people once. But the truth is, you know, as we get older, we're going to continue to degenerate. So there will probably be a time where you'll need a booster shot. And then what we see a lot are guys like you or professional athletes or guys that want to, you know, now they've been in pain for 5 years or 10 years. And now that pain is gone and they have a better range of motion, well, now they're going getting after it again. They're doing squats again. They're going out on the golf course again and playing tennis, which is all good. That's a good quality of life.
But they create new pain.
They're creating, more injury. So we do see people that continuously come back. But so there's no real good answer to that because it is fairly new also.
Yeah. Okay. But Eric, I'm really honored. Thank you for making the time because this is something that I think the fans, they wanted to hear this because I can't answer the questions. And I'm looking forward to meeting you in person in Vegas. And introduce you to our world because I think this is just as important as the fighters who have injuries. Bodybuilders have injuries and inflammations, and I think this will be something that's going to help everybody in the future. So thank you for making the time, man. I'm looking forward to shaking your hand.
Same, man. I really want to meet you in person. But guys, thank you for making the time for me and the opportunity to get in front of your audience. It's super important. You know, like I said, we can't advertise in the U.S., so I need guys, you know, really good advocates like you to talk about it and make sure we're getting as much help to people as possible. So thanks, guys. I appreciate it. We're going
to get you out there. Bioaccelerator, Medellin, Eric Stoffers, thank you so much. I appreciate you all. Milos, Chris, you guys take care. Be safe.
Thank you.
And God bless.
Bye.
All right. Peace out.
Brother.
Thank you.
Thank you.